Hi, and welcome back to dpaf Career Coaching. All my clients are asking me at the moment, David, how do I survive this lockdown? And I wanted to start putting some more content out online about this because I don't have a particularly big audience on the internet, and I therefore don't have to be obligated to be speaking to the whole country. I'm just speaking to a core group of clients or prospective individuals that may be interested in this. And, typically clients of mine are young and middle level career professionals that are ambitious and they want to thrive in their careers, and they want me to help them do it, which is what I do. But obviously we have a very unique set of circumstances at the moment in the country, and it's not really a health crisis. It's an economic crisis. And I think the economic crisis is going to adversely affect far more people than the health crisis is, and that's really what I want to get people focused on. I want to chat with people that are interested in this kind of content, so please subscribe to the channel if you are. And I've jotted down some various ideas and points that I've been talking to my clients about, and wanted to talk to you about as well. So I think as far as the economic crisis goes, a lot of people in the country have been furloughed in their jobs, or they've been told, let's get your holiday annual leave out the way. And, this is just a temporary measure, and we're going to be coming back to work soon, and everything's going to be great. And for a lot of people, they're going to be in for the shock that it's not all going to be going back to normal. People that are furloughed are actually going to end up losing their jobs. And, people that have been told, hey, just hang in there for a few weeks and we'll be back up and running soon, are going to find that they're just chasing the market down. And you don't want to be chasing the market down. You want to anticipate what's going to happen and react now. I was living in Southern California during the 2008 financial crisis, and it's really the real estate crisis that kicked it all off. And I observed a lot of people and found subsequently how a lot of people had done the wrong thing, and it was about chasing the market down. They carried on paying their mortgage until they had no savings left, and then their home was repossessed, when of course it would have been much better that their home was repossessed while their savings account was still full of cash. And what we want to always do is to prepare for the worst in these situations, anticipate the worst, and start preparing for it today rather than 2, 3, 4 months from now. Because once this lockdown ends, people go back to work, but the demand for products is going to change dramatically. If you're working in, you're a hotel manager, or you're working in sports marketing or something like that, the demand for leisure and hospitality and entertainment is not going to be what it was before this health crisis started. And there's going to be a lot of behavioral changes to the way people operate. And, I really want people to start preparing for those changes. And that's kind of something I want people to really start thinking about. What are these changes going to be? Let's prepare for change and hope it doesn't happen, rather than prepare for things to go back to normal and then get caught out. So prepare for the worst is what I'd say, number one. Secondly, connect with all your personal contacts. This is a great time to reach out to family, to reach out to people you grew up with, to reach out to some of your friends from university. Everyone's in the same boat, more or less, and people are going to appreciate that. They're going to appreciate the opportunity to hear from you, find out what you're doing, what you're thinking, what you're seeing, and how you're getting on surviving the lockdown, what you're thinking about doing once it ends. And I think you'll get some ideas from people, and they'll get ideas from you, and it's a very worthwhile exercise. So I recommend you connect with all your contacts, shoot them a text or an email or something like that, and say how you're doing. I'm thinking about you and hope you're okay. And I think you'll get a pretty strong reception to that. Third thing is that cash is king. Anyone who's got any money left, you need to guard it with your life. I'm definitely not coming on here and saying don't pay your bills. I would never do that in a public forum. But if, let's say, for example, a car, you have your car loan, do you want to carry on paying that when there's going to be forgiveness opportunities in the market. I mean, any kind of loans out there are going to be under pressure. And I think you'll find lenders will work with you, and the stigma or the financial penalties for late payment or non-payment will not be there as normal, just because this is such a national crisis, a national economic crisis. So, I'm not telling anyone to do anything unlawful, but, as business people, we've got to do what's best for us. And, I think you can accept what you don't want to be doing is pay all your money out on bills and then you go broke. Let's hold your money back. Let's negotiate with creditors, and let's try and get a good deal for you, a deal for them, on things like payment deferrals, or, you just write off assets, but it's better to write them off if you're going to be writing them off with a savings account or a bank account full of money than with a savings account and a bank account of no money. So cash is king. Personal marketing. This is a great opportunity to get your CV and your website and your LinkedIn, really up to scratch, up to speed, and, start putting yourself out there. If sometimes when you're doing this in a working environment, there's a stigma with, hey, why are you looking for a job? What's wrong with your current job? And your employers don't like it. But of course, what do you say now? You say, well, look, I don't know if my job's going to be there, once we get let out of house arrest. So now's a great time to be putting feelers out there. Maybe you find something great. Maybe you find something okay. You want to be creating options for yourself. And, maybe you can go back to your original job, but at least you're going to have things to choose from rather than, just the status quo. Don't expect the status quo to be there. Working hard. It's easy when you're at home. It's nice weather. You say, hey, let me get up late. Let me go for a walk. Let me do some housework. You really want to be focusing on things like improving your skills, developing your skills, learning new skills, and treat Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 or whatever hours you typically work as, hey, I need to be working. You can have your leisure time. There's no problem with that, but you need to have your work time as well. And it's about staying sharp, staying current, be studying the news, be studying trends. You really want to be following market trends, because what's going to happen is consumer behavior is going to change dramatically as a result of this event. People's priorities with their spending is going to change. And what happens a lot of times, I've seen this before, people try to chase what used to be there, which is no longer there. Anyone's earnings and living is pretty much solely based on either consumer demand today or the likelihood of consumer demand tomorrow. But if it's clear there's no consumer demand today or tomorrow, you don't want to be going down that road of trying to sell and produce those goods and services. You need to be going where the demand is. Maybe something you're not used to, maybe something you never thought about. You got to go where the demand is. And, in a recession, there's still demand. There's not as much growth in the economy. There's a lot of people struggling and out of work. But the purpose of me doing career coaching and doing these videos is to help you. I want you to be okay. Most people, they don't know me, they don't listen to me. It's not our problem. We want to help each other, and I want to help you thrive. And getting focused and working hard is key. And that kind of leads on to my final point, which is really investing in yourself. Get fit, be healthy, be focused. Really start thinking about, okay, I'm going to prepare for the worst here. I'm going to prepare for, my job not being there when I go back to work or when the lockdown ends. But this is an opportunity. This is a great opportunity. You may get another job in a different industry, or this may be the time to start your own business. A lot of the people I work with are kind of those creative, entrepreneurial people. They've got their current job, but then they've got their little entrepreneurial venture, and they want to build this up and dedicate more time to it so that they can leave their job, and now they're working for themselves. Now they're their own boss, and they're creating employment for other people. And I always encourage people to do this and help them do it. And a lot of people, they kind of think, oh, well, I'd love to do that, but I can't leave my job and I can't leave my current life, and they can't really envision this step of doing that. But of course now you can envision it. I mean, you might not have any choice. And the great thing about now is that you can hire people very, very easily. If you put a job ad out, you're going to get a ton of applicants for it. And, you got to think about, okay, well, if I had 10 employees showing up at my door, or 20 employees, good people, hardworking people, committed people, how can I put them to work? And if you start having that mindset, this is going to start to give you a lot of options for earnings that can start now or can start next month, and following the market very, very closely. So put out some general points there. I'm going to do more of these videos about sort of surviving and thriving after the lockdown, and hope you'll find this interesting. And if you want to have a connect with me and have a consultation, just go to the website and register, and look forward to talking with you more about this going forward. So thanks very much.